What's up? We got Arrow, Season 5, Episode 9, What We Leave Behind. So this episode starts off at Prometheus' lair, where Evelyn shows up, and she's like, and Evelyn basically just went, she quit Oliver's team because she decided to say bye Team Arrow, because she didn't want to work with a serial killer. She basically just traded spots for another serial killer's team, and she's like, hey, I want to be there when you take, remember the deal? I want to be there when you take him down. And he's like, you're no in room for discussion. And I got you what you want. And he's like, I took these pictures myself. And he's like, it's pictures of Oliver, Thea, Curtis, Felicity, and all the others. So that means Felicity. So yeah, so Thea was just Evelyn was just stalkerly taking pictures of them without their noticing. And he's like, hey, are you gonna kill him? And he's like, no, I'm gonna make Oliver wish he was dead. So yeah. Yeah, so then we see Oliver and Susan Williams. And Oliver basically gives this speech about how his favorite movie was Die Hard, and about how his family, and about how his favorite movie was A Wonderful Life, and about how his parents would be proud of him. So then we see in the Arrow Cave, and it's Diggle's like, hey, there's more. Why wouldn't there be time to hang out with the other guys when you can hang out down here? And he's like, and Renee's like, how are you doing with this whole Barry created an alternate timeline thing? He's like, I'm okay. He's like, what if can't Barry just do Flashpoint again? And Renee's like, yeah, if Barry did that again, they'd only have 5 kids. I don't know what they're. Yeah. So then Evelyn showed up, and she's like, we also get flashbacks to a season. The flashbacks are usually to Oliver's pre-season 1 days in Russia, but this episode is very specific because this actually shows how when it was just Diggle and Oliver during season 1, and when they're going after Justin Claiborne, and about how they're going after Claiborne because his drugs were basically just killing people. And over there, the Hood's like, Justin Claiborne. I don't need to talk about the flashbacks, but this is very specific for the actual episode. I was like, Justin Claiborne, you have failed this city. And, or is it Simon? I think it's Simon. He's like, Simon Claiborne. Either it's Justin Claiborne or Simon. I'm gonna guess it was Simon Claiborne. So he's like, Simon Claiborne, you have failed this city. And he's like, no. And he's like, hey, I was trying to help people. And he's like, talk about the other people you killed. So yeah, so then the Hood finally, after trying to go, the Hood finally takes out Claiborne with 1 arrow to the neck, killing him. So yeah, so in the present day, Oliver's like, Prometheus, no. So yeah. I don't get this, where Oliver. Yeah. So Curtis and his husband Paul are leaving the event, but when Curtis is attacked by the throwing star by Prometheus, and Paul's like, come on, where'd you learn to fight like that? And he's like, yeah. He's like, that was the throwing star killer, Curtis. You know that he could have killed you, right? Yeah. So then Oliver's like, it was just some mugger. And he's like, it wasn't some mugger, it was the throwing star killer. Yeah. And then, yeah, so he's like, and then when he's like, Prometheus attacked you? He's like, Prometheus didn't attack me as Mr. Terrific. He attacked him as Kurt. And then Oliver says again, that means Prometheus knows I'm the Green Arrow. Even though you figured that out, like, what? In the last episode, when you figured that out in episode 6, when Thea delivered you that throwing star blade that Quentin had in his hands. I'm guessing Oliver forgot this and has to learn that Prometheus knows no secret again. Or is this just lazy writing? I have no idea. Because Oliver already learned that Prometheus knows he's the Green Arrow. And now he's saying it again like he forgot and figured it out again. I have no idea. So, yeah. So they decide to attack Prometheus. And he's like, Simon Claiborne, you have failed this city. And he's like, not badly as you have, Mr. Queen. And throws an arrow, but it's cut open. But then Renee's like, yo. And then Evelyn's like, yeah, I'm really evil. I'm a bad guy now. I'm betraying you guys. He's like, Evelyn, why are you teaming up Prometheus? And she's like, this city needs to be saved from you. You're the one who have failed this city, Oliver. And so they basically, and then Dingo's like, hey, where's Evelyn? And he's like, Prometheus took her. And he's like, she's with Prometheus. And he's like, he took her? And he's like, no, she betrayed us. She's working with him. He's working with her. So yeah. So they basically take of ashes that they reveal that it's actually Simon Claiborne. So someone else must be Prometheus. Someone else must be Prometheus. So yeah. So Billy is doing some investigating. When he's kidnapped. So they're like, Billy's been kidnapped by someone who Oliver discovers, and he shoots 3 arrows at Prometheus. But this is all a setup because Prometheus is because it was just a tape recorder, and Oliver takes on the mask to reveal Billy with his tape mouth shut. This is so devastating for Felicity. And that Prometheus made Oliver kill her boyfriend just to prove that everyone Oliver's ever loved died. Speaking of Oliver ever loves, who shows up back in the episode? Oliver goes down to the Arrow Cave and sees a random blonde woman who reveals herself to be Laurel. But Laurel's dead. So who's this? Is this a hallucination? Is he really seeing Laurel? We'll have to find out next episode. But wow. And yeah. And also, yeah, so basically Curtis tells his husband that he's working with the Green Arrow, and Curtis's husband is like, huh? You gotta get out of it. He's like, no, I don't want to. He feels empowering when you put him to. He's like, Curtis's husband is basically like, Paul is basically like, Curtis, you choose Green Arrow, or you lose Green Arrow, or you lose me. So choose. And Curtis basically and Curtis's husband basically leaves him because he's basically like, I didn't want to make you choose that ultimatum. So I guess Paul and Curtis are divorcing each other. Or not. Because he just leaves. So either they're still married or they're divorced. We'll probably find out that next episode or in a future episode of the season. Either they're together or they're not. Who knows? But the Laurel reveal, I was like, Laurel. I did my very good squeaky voice Laurel impression. Because I'm just like, come on, Kate Cassidy is back on the show. I don't know if this can't be our Laurel. It has to be. It could be a hallucinate. It could be a hallucination. Or it could be going down to the Arrow Cave, and it ends the episode with her saying, "Hi, Ollie." What could no one expect more than Laurel fan to have Laurel appear at the end of the episode? Okay, so I got another question. Who is Prometheus? Because if Simon... Again, one, who is Prometheus? Because it's obviously not Simon Claiborne since they had his ashes. Two, R.I.P. Billy, because I kind of liked him as a character. I thought in the first episode he was going to die, but nah, he died in this episode. And Laurel. Is she back? Is this our Laurel? Can Kate Cassie finally come back? Is Kate Cassie going to be a main character? Or is she going to be a main villain? Who knows? If this is our Laurel. Who knows? We'll have to find out next episode of Arrow. But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed this. It was a good episode. Evelyn's betrayal was kind of like, she basically just switched out one. She was mad at Oliver for being a serial killer and death of her parents. So she was like, I guess I'll work with the second serial killer in this town, Prometheus. That wasn't the best decision she's not the best decision maker because she basically like, oh, Oliver's a serial killer, so what is she gonna do? Go team up with another one? She was mad at Oliver for being a serial killer and the death of her parents that he caused because he didn't save her and her parents from Dark. But why would you go work for another serial killer? I guess you're... But anyway, that was it for this episode. I'll see you next time for more Arrow. Peace.